Coach, can you just speak to what Kevin Mcculley did today, just in terms of his fight and his ability to obviously make plays for you down the stretch?
Yeah, Kevin Mcculley, we call him Mac. He's one of our freshmen. He's got a huge upside. He's going to be a great college player. Went through a lot of adversity. Didn't play his senior year in high school. Then when he came here, he got hurt again, so he's never really had a full off season. The first day he was cleared to practice was really the first day of official practice, so he's just continuing to get his legs under him. He's continuing to play more minutes each game. It's a scary fall in the first half. And they told us at halftime that he was completely fine. I think his mom and dad were even there, so we all made the decision together. And Mac's like, Coach, 100% I'm fine. So he did a great job in the second half. I think you guys all can see he's going to be an outstanding player.
Always talk about the Big 12 conference being a fight. Did you kind of feel like today was one of those type of games, and just with the game of runs and the way it was back and forth?
Yeah, it was a big-time college basketball game. I mean, we played 20 minutes, and they beat us by 2. We play another 20 minutes, we beat them by 2. And then we played 5 minutes, and, they beat us with a couple free throws. So, I wish we could have played another 5 minutes. I felt like it might have been one of those games whoever had the ball last wins. And so we were in that situation, and it just wasn't meant to be for us tonight.
Coach, how proud were you of your team's fight? Went down second half, came back, forced overtime, went down overtime, came back, made it a shot-by-shot game at the end.
Yeah, we're not into moral victories around here. Just a couple months ago, we were playing for the national championship, so we expected to win the game. I want to congratulate Kentucky. Played with a lot of poise. They were the more aggressive team in overtime. They got to the free throw line more than us. I'm not sure what you want to do. We're not into moral victories around here. We expected to win the game. We came up short. Give Kentucky all the credit. They're a really good team, great coach. A lot of respect for their program. I've said it all week, and I'll say it again. They're definitely a Final Four type team, a national championship contender. They have pros. They have a great coach. They have experience. They only have one freshman in their starting lineup, and he didn't have the best of games today. It was those experienced players that had played for Coach Cal for a year that really stepped up when they needed to most.
Talked about the aggressiveness. Was that kind of what their rebounding edge came down to?
Yeah, I think there was times in the game where we were the most aggressive team, and I think there was times where Kentucky was the most aggressive team. Certainly a part of their DNA is rebounding, and it's a challenge for us with some of the lineups we're playing right now. But yeah, I think their ability to manufacture second shots on offensive rebounds was key to the game. Thought our guys fought. It wasn't like we were trying to give them the offensive rebound. We were scrapping and fighting. We just had a couple of misassignments that hurt us in big moments.
Coach, you guys have played some good big men already this season, but can you talk about Nick Richards specifically and what kind of problems he posed to you guys tonight?
Yeah, he's a great player. He impacts the game in different ways. I think he's an NBA player. Got a great poise to him and composure. Looks to me like he's working on his perimeter game, so he's an outstanding player. We knew it was going to be a challenge. This is how you win games like this. Players win games like this. We had a couple guys really step up tonight and play big-time minutes and games, and Kentucky did as well. So, again, it's a 2-point game. It's could have easily gone our way. It just didn't go our way tonight. So I think both teams had enough individual performances to deserve to win tonight. It just sucks if somebody has to lose a game like this. But credit Kentucky. A lot of respect for their program. Congratulations to them on a great win on the road.
I doubt you had much occasion or reason to watch Kentucky last season, but if I told you Nick Richards could barely get on the floor for them and was a pretty major liability when he was, is it to think about somebody going from that to what you saw tonight? What does that say to you?
Yeah, I actually watch Kentucky more than you'd think. Sometimes you can be a really good player and not get on the floor for a team like Kentucky. So I think the thing I respect most about those sophomores is how they stayed the course. In today's college basketball, it's just like society. Nobody wants to hang in there. Everybody wants the quick fix. And those guys obviously have stayed the course. And you could tell Coach's relationship with his point guard is different than it was last year. He's a year older. They're connected a lot better. So I have a lot of respect for all those players, especially guys that go to a program like a Kentucky or a Texas Tech, and you stay the course. You take that coaching and you stay the course, and your time comes. Everybody's got to run their own race. A lot of times at Kentucky, the players' race is a one and done, but not always. And so I have a lot of respect for those players, no doubt.
Coach, early in the game, they were killing you on the offensive glass. But then from that point on, you kind of even it up pretty much. What was the key to turning that around a little bit?
Yeah, I think both teams had 10 offensive rebounds in the game, so I'd respectfully disagree. I don't think anybody was killing us out there. And I thought we're playing one of the best teams in college basketball, and we're down 2 at halftime. We had a miserable end of the first half. And from a coaching standpoint, you have to share in the responsibility for sure. We had a foul to give. In our program, we don't let anybody shoot an easy shot when we have a foul to give. We just didn't get it done. Avery thought that he was fouling the guy with his body. Ref didn't call it. So, when you want them to call the foul, sometimes they don't. When you don't want them to call it, sometimes they do. That's life in college basketball. And certainly the half-court shot, it's a lot of that's on us. You don't let the other team shoot or get the ball in rhythm. And that's a 20% shot, 15-20% shot for good players, the half-court shot. So that 5-0 swing there at the end of the first half, in a lot of ways ended up being the difference in the game. So that's something that I'll have to digest tonight and make sure our players learn from those pivotal times at the end of the first half. But I didn't think we were getting killed. I thought we fought with Kentucky. The rebounding was even. Both teams had the same amount of 10 offensive rebounds, I think it was. So I was proud of our guys' fight tonight.
Did you see any parallels between this game tonight and the national championship game last year?
I'll pass on that question.
Coach, just kind of speaking of some other players, Big Russ, I guess, what did you see from him today? Obviously, his number was called, and he kind of stepped up for you in those 5 minutes he was able to play.
Yeah, Russ did a good job being, ready when his number was called. We've had several of those this year. Avery Benson, Mac. Tonight was Russ's time to step up and did a great job, getting a couple baskets, stretching the floor a little bit with his ability to pick and roll, and I thought he banged a little bit on defense. So Russ is a big part of what we're trying to build here, and it's nice to see him play game minutes tonight and help the team.
Obviously, you'll look at tape, but I guess what's one thing you can kind of take away that can kind of help the team kind of move forward from here?
Oh, Carlos, we don't get too high or too low around here. We got another great team. There's about 20 or 25 of these teams around the country, like Kentucky, like Texas Tech, that can beat anybody on a given night. And next game we play West Virginia, and they're in that same neighborhood. So we'll try to play as hard as we did tonight, and we'll try to play a little bit better. And certainly when you get to overtime, the more aggressive team's going to have the advantage. Kentucky got to the free throw line more than us, and we had too many unforced turnovers in overtime.
Chris, you remind us that some nights shots fall, some nights they don't. 3 of 19 from the three. Was it just a combination of what they were doing and you're missing, or what was that?
Yeah, it doesn't help. We have a no-excuse culture. We explain to our guys you can win a basketball game on a night you make shots, but you can also win a game on a night where you don't make shots. There's ways to get it done. So obviously it's going to be really difficult to beat a Kentucky when you go 3 for 19 from the three-point line. But there were still ways to win the game. We're a block out away. We're a free throw away. We're one open shot away. We're one less foul away. We're one block out away, from winning the game tonight. So, but it's going to be hard if we don't shoot a better percentage than that from three, but we'll continue to work at it. A lot of confidence in the guys that shoot threes for us. We'll just stay the course.